All right, so let's continue mixing this song. Starting to come together. The drums are almost there. There's a couple other things I want to do. I'm going to go to the snare bus. We have the top and bottom mic. I'm going to add... Yep. Little saturation on the snare bus. This thing kind of brightens it up. How far can we push it, right? That's very distorted. Just want to know where my limit is here. And before... with the saturation. All right, that works. Let's see. Now on the drum bus, what do we have so far on there? Just this. Let's go for the distressor. Oh, room mics. I knew we were missing something. Again, parallel. You know, I do a lot of things in parallel, so I end up maintaining some of the true original sound and transients. So, and you also get away with a couple of compressors can be on there and not over compressing things. So again, on the drum bus, some parallel compression. Bypass. Good, about 40%. All right. Pretty nice big drum sound. We haven't added any proper reverb yet, but it's starting to sit right. This may have gotten too bright. Sounds a bit over EQ'd. After I put that saturation, I'm just going to back off some of that EQ and saturation. All right. Yeah, I'm liking those drums. Okay. Now, anything else with the drums, I'll probably just dabble in back and forth as I'm moving on here. So what else do we have? Tambourine. See how it's sitting with the drums. Again, I'm going to go to a channel strip, the Swiss Army knife. I am, trying to go a bit faster than usual. I can't sit here for 30 seconds and just think about something. You'll get bored. So tambourine track. using these channel strips just, of course, make things go faster. I don't need low end in my tambourine. What else don't I want? Those big peaks. When tambourine players do the swinging and then, you know, hit the tambourine with the other hand, right, on the 2 and 4, that typical tambourine pattern, that hit, that 2 and 4 in the pattern can be so much louder than the rest of the tambourine. More times than not. Every time I have to compress. You know what I could do is heavily parallel compress it. So really even things out. I'll still let that pop come through, but not so much. It's a less dynamic range. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that is a bit odd. Big dip on there. 9.3 might need a little boost. I mean, that's all right. It'll sit where it sits, but we don't want, I don't want a huge hole at 9K on a tambourine. Give it some air. Make it a little crispy up in the high end. Let's see where that sits in the mix. Again, it's very compressed, but it's at 50%. You still have rumble down there? Roll off some more low end. Okay. That should do it. Good enough for rock and roll. Let's hear that. Maybe I want to pan it. Yeah, I'm feeling like panning it to the right. The hi-hat will be on the left, so that'll kind of balance it out. That's cool. All right, so we have our tambourine done. What's next? 4 bass tracks. Well, 1 performance. So let's go through that. We cross the line when it gets blurred. Why can't we, if God forgave us? So the bass DI. Okay, so what I'll do is, I may use all 4 of these sources, may not, but I'll go through it and get rid of things that I don't like, you know, improve the sound, some of the obvious stuff that just needs to be done, and I'll see if I end up using them all or not. So this one has a bit of high end, a little too much for a bass. Gently roll off some of that. Touch of saturation. That's a nice bass sound, though. Give it some 100. And just a tiny drop of FET compressor. A little more warmth, perhaps, in the lows. Around 150 there. Okay. A little warmer. Okay, a little nicer. The overdrive bass. Whoa. All right, first thing I'm going to do is to avoid any phasing issues with all these tracks together with so much low end piling up, I can get rid of the lows on this track. That's not what it's about, right? This bass track is about that mid and high mid distortion. More saturation on it. Let's do it. Heavy. We're going heavy. Again, get rid of some highs. Warm it up a little bit. Yeah, that's nasty in a good way. All right. So again, the approach is to just kind of prep these to be then grouped together. So that's what we're doing. Go to the third is mic. Okay, the mic on the bass cabinet, I assume. Okay, we'll do the same, just treat it a little bit. And this has, I can already hear it. It's about 250, some sort of ugly ring in there. There it is, 256. It's cool. It's a fifth there. It's actually in key, that little ring. It's just a little too much. But you see, my ear found it exactly, and I knew the general area that it was in, and that just comes from experience and paying attention to what these different frequencies sound like and what they do to different instruments. The more you do it, the quicker you'll get at identifying things. Besides that, I like it. That's cool. What kind of low end are we looking at here? Well, some of those deep lows might be nice off of this mic'd cabinet. Down at 50. 60. It is bass after all. Let's give it some low end. All right, that works. And again, all these tracks have just, that very light compression right now. Let's see what we have. Fourth is, normally don't have 4 tracks for the bass performance. Speaker. This might be the back of the speaker, perhaps. Again, that sounds more like a grit thing. If we want to use that, maybe we can do something creative with it. Get rid of the low end. We have other tracks for that. Some grit. That works. Again, that 250 range ring. All right, the grit, another grit track. Let's see what we have combined here. So the DI, I'll level them out a bit. Overdrive. Nice. And then we have cabinet mic'd. And then another mic. There it is. We don't have a bass bus, so I'm going to make that now. So all these tracks will go to that, 13 and 14, bass bus. I usually do this before I start. Takes about, not even 5 minutes to set up the buses. All right, so I have all the bass tracks here. More grit. All right, we're getting somewhere there with that. It already sounds compressed. You can hear those long sustaining notes just ringing out. It's more about the attack that I want to compress. The sustain is already in there, so I don't need like a leveler on this. Sounds like it's already gone through something. Let's just do a good old. We're not doing anything crazy fancy here. I don't want to squash the transient too much, but it is kind of popping out a bit much. Okay, I do want to put an R bass at the end of this chain. Give it a little, I could leave it at 80 for some low end stuff. What else might I want to do with this bass? Let's see. A multi-band compressor, and really just to use it to compress the low and make sure that's consistent from note to note a bit more. So that's what I'm compressing only here. Just a bit of reduction. Again, it already looks pretty even. A little makeup gain, so we'll even out that low end a bit, okay. That should sit a bit better in the mix. Just throw a limiter on at the end for the occasional pop or whatever may peak. You know what I want to do is actually, believe it or not, give it a bit of room sound. It's so dry and bare compared to these big drums. So what I'll do is I won't put that room sound that we set up. Did we set up a room? Oh, I set up an auxiliary, but I don't think I put anything on it yet. Okay. So let's give it a room. But I don't want to do it on the tracks that have low end. I'm going to do it on let's go to a dirty track. All right, I'm going to send it to a little room reverb thing. Yeah, this will be nice. Okay. Some pops in there. I'm not sure what's going on. But so this will be my go-to when I want to, because the drums already have room mics. They sound very roomy. If I want to put a little room effect on other tracks, guitar, I can throw this on there, send it to this. I usually put my effects right after the main vocal, so I always know where they are. Room, verb, we'll label that. I don't know if you could see it, but it's there to the right. Okay, so that's our room, and we could put a little on the bass tracks, especially the ones that don't have low end, so we really don't have reverby low end. So I'll put it on the speaker and that overdrive track only. So a little space to the bass. Here it is bypassed. All right, so it gives it that space. Right. That's working. See what it looks like. There's a lot down here. A bit too much for me. In that 20 range. You don't even hear that, Let me clean that up a bit. We're on the bus here. That harmonic at 250 is still just blaring. It's weird. You could see it there. There we go. All right. That works. I'll lower it here. Moving on. What should we look at next? The guitars. So throughout the song, the main things with the guitar, the main thing you're hearing is the clean sound and an overdrive sound. We'll pan them left and right. So clean and then the distorted. All right, starting with the clean. First thing I'm going to do is, again, send it to that room bus so that it's has a little ambience to it. We're putting everybody in a room here. Oh, what did we make that? Oh, it was 15. Okay. And what I could do is even pan that more to the right. I have this guitar pan to the left with that ambience to the right, sort of bouncing off a imaginary wall. I could do the same thing opposite with the distortion track. let's see what we're working with. A little more chiminess would be nice. Let's go with that guitar a little more interesting there. Whatever. Oh yeah, the compression sounds nice on this guitar track. Let's go big. All right. This, it's a little bright. All right.
Never failed to sup its storm.
Yeah, I mean, that lead just wants some delay, doesn't it? All right. All right, let's see what we're looking at now.
Sunny days and smiling faces. Isn't that where we belong? Down a road only hope can take us. Singing songs of peace and love. Singing now.
That delay, that lead as well. I'm going to put a delay. Now, I could have done this with a send. Either way, I'm not planning on doing like lead automation, so I can just throw it on the track.
Heavy hearts say words of peace and love. Singing now. Heavy hearts they won't escape us.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We want some delay on that lead.
Down a road only hope can take. Heavy hearts they won't escape us. Singing now.
Get a nice pleasant tone in that lead.
Singing now. Heavy hearts they won't escape
All right.
us. We cross the line when it gets blurred.
Those two leads, I'll put them next to each other. Okay.
Why can't we if God forgave us? Fight's a fire, we both feel burned. We'll drop bombs all day and night to show who's in the wrong and who's in the right.
All right.
Who's in the wrong and who's in the right. Empty looks on empty faces. Was something stolen from my soul? Seeking gold in foreign places. Never failed to suck its store. Once again we raise our voices. Give us what we're looking for.
Organ. Let's see what's up with this organ here. Now we have two tracks panned left and right. Doesn't sound very stereo. So I'm going to bust that and see what I can do with it. All right, so we have our organ bus here. And we'll put Maybe a Leslie cabinet simulator. Basically modulation. Yeah, we have one here in the mix box. Before and after. That's nice. Parallel. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Let's do another SSL.
Show who's in the wrong and who's in the right.
These Hammond organs, when they really sing like that, that's in the 4K range typically. You know, there was some rumble there. We got rid of that. Is this a real organ? It sounds real. Wow, that is a nice sound there. Error. Yeah, that's because I'm screen recording at the same time. All right. And that's pretty much where the organ's going to sit. Let me just let this fix this error. There we go. Nice.
We'll drop bombs all day and night till the other one's down and out of sight. Seems we can't move on without a fight. Singing now, who's in the wrong?
Hell yeah.
Who's in the wrong?
We have nothing on the master bus.
Who's in the wrong? Yeah, who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Yeah, who's in the right?
Nice, nice, nice.
A fight's a fire, we both feel burned. We'll drop.
So these guitars are going to have to be automated. We want, those verses to really pull back, be chill, and then there's those big moments later, right? So we'll get to that automation of stuff. All right, so we'll probably end this one right here, and let's continue.